I don't want to participate in any type of war. I don't understand why men and women want war and they still want to hook up. It's kind of weird. Because so often I've seen that there's programming and conditioning going on that does not represent the man being lifted up. It's more so tearing down. And women, we don't even realize that the conditioning is going on. Is honesty a disadvantage in this space? Because that's how I'm coming. I'm coming as with honesty. There makes no sense for us to bring the woman up, and then there's still women out here that are dogging and belittling our men. So we got to get the message that we got to come up together because we're for each other. Y'all do understand that, don't you? I'm trying to share with these women how to be better women, how to prepare themselves to be wives. I'm giving them what I call tools in order to walk out there daily. She don't advocate for us. No, that's not true. I very much do. I want you to have all the information and a good woman. All the information and a good woman, because I want you all men to be leaders.
Do you think most women can really deal with what it comes with a man that truly is having the trajectory of like a high level success? What's your thoughts on that, SB?
For me, I build with my husband. I think my husband is very successful now, but we build together. Going in the front door, we build together. And I still think that's the way to do it. Mm-hmm. To me, that's an actual ultimate test. You have a woman, this is a little bit off, but if you have a woman and y'all having a conversation and you're thinking about being married, ask that woman, are you interested in having one pot? Mm. Would you put all your money in one pot with me? Is this something we can do? And that right there, that'll answer all your questions. Yep. You know, that'll give you, does she trust you? Does she like you? Is she willing to build with you? That answers the total question right there. Mm-hmm. But I just think I think we all need to be reminded of what marriage is. Mm-hmm. So even if that man is super successful and is on that journey, has not achieved it yet, once he alters that journey and decides he wants a wife, which some of them do, because a lot of them say, hey, look, I got to get her now, because when I get successful, I'm not going to be able to trust anybody. I ain't going to know what she wants. Yeah. They need to figure out how to incorporate that woman into that plan that they had for themselves before. And it is always a way, because she is your wife. You all should be on one accord and have that same plan. You have to figure out how to put her in there. Right. So it can work, but she still has to know how to play that role, but you have to be the one to give it to her. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, y'all. It's me, SB.
Dearly beloved.
How y'all doing tonight? It is Tuesday night. I hope everybody's doing well. Y'all heard my co-host back there, dearly beloved. Yes, say hello to Mr. Boss. He's doing good tonight. Hey, look, y'all know I'm glad to be here with you all tonight. Tonight we have a very good show. Y'all gonna enjoy it. We get to fuss at each other and have difference in opinions like women and men do, but we're gonna do it in a grown-up type way. We're not gonna argue. We're just gonna give a good conversation or have good opinions. Her ego will destroy her. I want to hear what y'all think about that. We absolutely know that we as women have egos and pride and all that good stuff. Or is it good? Is it good? Yeah. We're going to find out in a little bit. But before I do that, I want to say hello to a few people. I want to do some announcements and things of that nature. I'm going to let all y'all come in here and say hello to SB. I'm so glad to be here with y'all tonight on Tuesday. Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Listen, me and Mr. Boss are doing that thing. We be on time. And it seems like y'all are on time with us. So we appreciate you all for all the support. And I got to tell y'all a few things. First thing, y'all know our friends and our supporters over there on Instagram are tuning in with us. We got to say hello to them. You know, they're live also. Instagram family, if you have any questions about tonight's show, please put it in the comment section and hopefully we'll get to read it and join you all in. But guess what? If you want to, you can come on over to SBU Live on YouTube. Come on over, come into the live. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your alerts on. You got to turn the alerts on so you'll know when I'm going live every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here for you. And I love the conversation. So make sure you do that. But again, if you prefer to be over on Instagram, thank you. All right. Those of you that are over on TikTok, same thing for you. If you finally catching me live, listen, come on over to SBU Live on YouTube. Get your YouTube channel. But if you don't want to, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you and all your engagement. We absolutely do. So we ain't going to take it for granted. We thank you. My YouTube family. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Jolie, what's up with you? I saw you last night over there on Hardly Initiated. We're going to talk about it, y'all. We're going to talk about it. Don't tell nobody. But anyway, Big Man Bull. Hey, what is going on? I feel like my brother stepped into the room. Brother, are you okay? Big Bad Bull, what's up? How you been? It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. It's really good to see you. But anyway, y'all, we're going to say hello in just a few minutes. But before we do that, I got to tell y'all a few things. Y'all already know that we're doing I Choose You. Y'all, I got women. And I don't have enough men. So to all beloved, my men, I need you all to go to my email at sbshow2020. at gmail.com. I need y'all to go there. Leave me just a note saying, SB, I'm interested. I would love to have a date. I would love to be a part of I Choose You. And I'm over 40 and I think I'm sexy. All of that. So we can add you to the numbers. We have all these ladies and we don't have enough men. Listen, we're really, really close. I need my men folk to go do this. SB Show 2020. Remember though, if you're not interested in having a date or not interested in I Choose You, tell somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Somebody broke up with somebody. Y'all know somebody wanting somebody to talk to. Somebody have some good, clean entertainment. Maybe make a love connection. I ain't promising nothing, but you know what I'm saying. These men are the ones who choose these women. And I got women. Y'all swear it ain't no women out here. I got women behind. Y'all, I ain't gonna even tell y'all how many women I got. But I don't have enough men for all these women. So I need for you all, my men folk, to go to SB Show 2020 at gmail.com. Leave me a little note. Let me know that you are interested so we can get this show started. By the way, we're going to have several shows because for all these women I got, we got more than one show baking. So make sure, man, you go just go do it. If you know somebody, tell somebody. Y'all know what to do so we can get this thing started. Another thing, coming soon, we will have membership. So to all my investors, that's what we're calling the first round of our membership, the investors, those of you that are invested in SB, y'all know what invested means. Y'all here for me. We already know who y'all are, but y'all got to come on, become a member. Mr. Boss is putting it together, so it ain't quite ready yet. It will be ready soon. I need y'all to look out for that. But we are doing memberships, and y'all know members get special privileges.
It's active? Okay. Mr. Boss says it is actually active. Y'all got to go check that out. Y'all check out the new members, investors. This the first round. Y'all go check it out and go ahead and become a member. But y'all, listen, we love your support, whatever you all do. And that's those of you that are over here on YouTube. So before I go with anything else, is there anything else I need to tell him? Okay, so listen, Mr. Boss said that's it for now. Time. Hello. That's a new name, I believe, but hello, how are you? Christopher Lee, what's going on? Time to SBU chat. Always stay woke and prayed up every day. Thank you so much for that. Continue to do so. Mr. Gilbert, what's going on? Christopher Lee, how you doing? Renata, what's going on, Renata? Oh, 010101B. Awake, not woke. Okay, got it. Got it. Thank you so much. Big Bad Bull, what's up? New member. Oh, Big Bad Bull. Baby, what is going on with you? Travel One, hello. A woman's ego is a mustard seed compared to a black man. A woman's ego is a mustard seed compared to a black man. Okay, if you say so. An ego is an ego. It's something that is maneuvering or operating without God. Can we agree on that? Whoever's carrying it. We're going to talk about it. But thank you, Travel One, for being here. Christopher says, Security Boss, are you trying to get practice in for your own reality dating show? Hey, Christopher, email me. Christopher, you over 40. I believe you ain't even over 40. I don't know if you can speak on this one or not. Y'all know, but listen, if you're 39 and a half, we will accept that for men. Not women, but men. We will accept that. Oh, God, listen, Big Bell Bull has gifted 5 SBU live memberships. Okay, listen. There you go. Listen, he's gifted 5 memberships. Y'all, listen, Mr. Boss is putting it together. So thank you, Big Bad Bull, for doing that. And then, listen, I appreciate you so much. Listen to all my moderators, too. I want to thank you so much for doing that. Y'all keep it real clean and classy over here at SB Nation. And we definitely thank y'all. Thank y'all for that. But anyway, listen. We talk about her ego will destroy her. Hey, Trey, what's going on with you? It's good to see you. This is all coming from, y'all know a lot of times I look at Hardlyinitiated. And I ain't going to tell y'all about it because we're going to do that on the second half of the show. But the first half of the show, I want to definitely do a video, a clip that I saw. And I want to get y'all's opinion on it. It's crazy. So I know Mr. Boss is going to drop the link pretty early, but I want to get the man's and the woman's opinion on it because it's a crazy video. It really was. Me and him were even like a house divided. Can y'all believe that? We've been together for so long and we still was a house divided. Jolie say, wow, I know. Thank you so much. So listen, here's the first video, y'all. Pay attention. No, not that one. The other one. Yeah.
Just send anything for Christmas.
Because I paid child support.
I don't care about no child.
No,
That's child support.
I paid $20
bro,
child
no,
support.
shut up. Let me talk.
Don't get him no gifts.
Bro, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm really tired of finding you, chasing you, for you to get something for your son. Get that out of my face.
Man, hey, I paid child support. I paid $20 on child support. Mom said don't get no gifts.
I don't care what your mama said. I'm so tired of your mom.
The gifts is
you
child
and your
support.
mom. Y'all both got to
chill.
piss me
You got me all
off.
blocked in and stuff. Chill out.
First of all, get that face.
I'm not doing nothing.
First of all, why you didn't just get him something for Christmas? Like,
because I paid child support.
You had all year to save up.
Take the child support.
No, I
gifts.
don't care about child support.
Man, hey, you don't care about child support. Why?
Bro, because I'm here to make sure you get him something. You at the mall, go get him a gift. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna be right here and I'm gonna wait and you gonna
outfit for New Year's.
Bro, what the is up this
I'm
camera?
dead ass.
Like,
no, I'm being serious
bro,
right now.
I'm gonna sit right here and you gonna go inside and get him a gift.
In front of my car?
Yes, I'm gonna sit right here.
You sound crazy.
Dude, I'm so tired of you.
You sound crazy.
Bro, just go inside and get your son a gift for Christmas. Why I gotta beg you to get him a gift for Christmas, bro?
Take the $2,200. Go in the mall yourself.
No.
And get the gifts.
You go get it, bro. I have him all the time.
Man, hey, man.
I'm with him 24/7. You can't go inside and get
okay, but you get a lot of money when you get $2,200.
$2,200. What is $2,200?
Okay, it's money.
That's broke boy money.
No, it's not.
You can't pay $2,200.
I pay you every month. $2,200.
Bro, daycare is $2,000 alone.
Oh my God!
So what I'm gonna do with $200?
I'm tell you, I'm gonna watch me.
Y'all see that? She said $2,200 is broke boy money. Y'all, this is an alpha video. This is, oh God, where do I want to begin? Oh God. So apparently this young lady and this man, we do not see, he has the camera. She has followed him to the mall. She is now blocking him in. I get the feeling she's blocking him in So he's outside of his car. She's blocking. Yeah, we got to paint this picture because y'all got to understand this. Now, wouldn't y'all hate to be locked into this for life? She is so immature. I'm not saying he's like years ahead of her, but she is very immature. She done blocked him in, brah. But anyway, okay, so he is giving her $2,200 a month in child support. Now, she is wanting him to let me say it differently. She wants him to purchase some gifts for her child for Christmas. Now, listen, we don't have all the information, don't know how old the child is, don't know anything like that. We just know that she's getting $2,200 a month, which she did not deny. And she want him to gift the son something for Christmas. I want to know what y'all think. Because see me, I think a little different because I have to think both sides of it, try to, but I got to tell y'all my opinion. I got to give it to you. Some of y'all ain't going to like it, but listen, this is how it goes. Stop with the heartbeat. Okay, so listen. Okay, y'all see, I'm all about relationship. And I'm a little less about money because I'm a little older. I've lost money, had money, lost money, had money. So money is just not the deal breaker with me. I really would have liked to see him respond differently towards her about the gift. Now, y'all gonna be like, SB, he already given her 20. I understand he's paying child support. I understand. Y'all don't get me wrong. But I would like to hear him say something that made me think that he actually cared about the child. Just something. Just something. Just something. I love my son, but something. Can we say something about the child that made me feel like you were interested in the child just a little bit? Did it always have to be about the money? This is my fault with him. That was it. Now, my fault with her is, oh my God, I can't believe you got tied up with that type of woman for the next 18, 20 years of your life. There you go, right there. She was very immature. She did not appreciate the fact that she was getting $2,200. There was so many other ways that this could have been handled. They could have had a conversation. But first off, SB would have never, ever asked this man to do anything else outside of giving that $2,200. I wouldn't even ask for that. But if that was what was agreed upon in a court or however it came to $2,200, I would have never asked for any more money. None whatsoever. And this is what we're talking about, the ego, because I don't understand where she's coming from. I really, really don't. But I didn't like where he was coming from either, because he made it all about the money. And I just would prefer that he had some sort of something in him that says, I love this child. Let me come and get him. Something. Just give me something to let me know that this child is important to you and y'all ain't making it all about money. But I understood that he was dealing with a certain type of woman. And for her, it was all about money. And now, I don't know if y'all heard this, but she went on to say that the daycare bill is $2,000 a month. If indeed the daycare bill is $2,000 a month, then she really ain't getting a whole lot, but that doesn't matter. I just was upset with the both of them because we didn't talk about a relationship. It seemed like nobody had any kind of relationship with the child. It was all about the money. And that kind of made me sick. $2,200. And then the fact that he said, my mama say, I ain't supposed to give you no more money. That kind of, hit me hard too. I'm like, your mama, but I understood where he was coming from. Both of them were pretty immature in the parenting area. And I just wonder and hope the child is going to be okay. Now I want to hear what y'all think, because I saw Trey up here. Trey said real quick, anything outside of child support is not, I guess you're not supposed to do it. I'm assuming it would be considered a gift. And that's exactly what the young lady was requesting, but she was wrong, in my opinion, for requesting anything. I would love to see the day where a father, if he wants to give a gift to his child, he would just do so. And the reason for him not doing it wouldn't be the fact that he paid child support. I just happen to think the two things just don't equate. I know y'all ain't going to agree. I know some people going to be like, what, SB dog? He paying this amount of money. Yeah. Look, I don't know. I don't even know if this is true, if it's valid or whatever. But hey, Clement, how you doing? I have no idea, but nobody even thought about the child. His demeanor towards the child, in my opinion, was harsh, y'all. It was like, I don't know that little boy. I'm paying $2,200. I don't know that little boy. Okay, listen, we really want you to have a relationship. Can you forget about the $2,200 for a moment and have a relationship? Now, she was wrong. She should not have asked for anything more. I don't agree with that. I think she was being very greedy. Her ego, talking about $2,200 is broke boy money. Yeah, I have no idea where that's coming from. That's crazy. But I'm almost sure that before she was pregnant, she was exhibiting that same type of behavior. Bruh, that's what she was, bruh. And if he didn't see it then hey, you know what? You get what you get. I'm sorry. That's why I'm telling young men, y'all older men, tell the young man, don't do it. Don't do it. See, yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone right there. I want to know what y'all think. Listen, 010101B says I ain't asked for nothing personally, but I can see where she coming from. Mama bear mode. Yeah, I can see where she coming from, but she doesn't even have the right to be mama bear though. No, I'm not getting mama bear from her. I'm getting an antagonist from her. She's very annoying. She can't even communicate with this man. That's what she can't communicate. There's a lack of communication. They're not even having a conversation. She's not demonstrating the ability to have a normal conversation. She's up an octave. Bruh, I've been looking for you. I've been following you. Now she done blocked the man. Come on. This is not Mama Bear. This is, let's take a look. Let's listen to it one more time.
You not get your son anything for Christmas?
Because I paid child support.
I don't care about no child.
No,
That's child support.
I paid $20
child
support.
Shut up. Let me talk.
Don't get him no gifts.
Bro, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm really tired of finding you, chasing you, for you to get something for your son. Get that out of my face. Man, hey, I paid child support. I paid $20 on child support. Mom said don't get no gifts. I don't care what your mama said. I'm so tired of your mom.
The gifts is
you
child
and your
support.
mom. Y'all both
Locked in, so chill out.
First of all, get that face.
I'm not doing nothing.
First of all, why you didn't just get him something for Christmas? Like,
because I paid child support.
You had all year to save up.
Take the child support.
No, I don't care about child support.
Man, hey, if you don't care about child support, then why?
Bro, because I'm here trying to make sure you get him something. You at the mall, go get him a gift. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna be right here, and I'm gonna wait.
And you gonna wait for New Year's.
Bro, what the is up this
I'm
camera?
like, no, I'm being serious
bro,
right now.
I'm gonna sit right here, and you gonna go inside and get him a gift.
In front of my car?
Yes, I'm gonna sit right here.
You sound crazy.
Dude, I'm so tired of you.
You sound crazy.
Bro, just go inside and get your son a gift for Christmas. Why I gotta beg you to get him a gift for Christmas, bro?
Take the $2,200, go in the mall yourself.
No.
And get the gift.
You go get it, bro. I have him all the time.
Y'all, she's so quarrelsome. She is just nerve-wracking. What is she doing? Take the street out of you. What is wrong? Oh, anyway, y'all, listen. Again, I'm just thinking about the child. This is mama and daddy right here. I hope he does well in life. I don't know nothing about him, but again, I would prefer that somebody mention something about a relationship. I wanted dad to have more of a relationship with the son than he demonstrated. For him, it was just about the money. $2,200 is a lot of money. I don't know and can't even figure out how we got there, but she is ridiculous. She's blocked him in. She's looking for a fight. The police gonna have to be called. All that's gonna go on because of what? And like some of them said, a lot of people have already said she could have went and bought a gift and put it in the dad's name. She could have went and done that. I wouldn't have done that either. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have asked for anything. If dad would have wanted to get a gift, then that would have been great. If dad wouldn't have wanted to give a gift, that would have been fine also. I would have definitely understood that $2,200 is good amount of money and we good. If he couldn't afford it, I would, it would be fine. But I would definitely always leave the door open for him. But what's going to happen with this one is she's slowly, if not surely, getting ready to close the door, and she's going to start using the child as some sort of, some sort of seed or something to hang over his head that, you can't see your child because you don't buy him this, you don't do this, you don't do that. And he's going to have to listen to that voice all the time. And then she's going to get older and the voice is going to get louder. And oh God. But anyway, that is my point I'm trying to make, y'all. She's clearly being compensated to be a mother. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm thinking only about the child though. I want the dad to have a relationship with the child. I don't want it to be, and this is just me, y'all. This is me in my world. I just don't want it to be about money. We have too many relationships out there that have fallen apart behind money. and dad may not even be able to have a relationship with his son. But if he can, I would prefer him try to do so and have a conversation with this woman. But I see that it's really tough. It's going to be really tough for him to have a relationship or a conversation with this particular woman. So this is going to go bad, y'all. This is going to go really, really bad. Big Ant, hey, Big Ant, how you doing? Hey, SV, that's a good, a great woman right there. Put some respect on her, gangster. I can't, bruh. No. Can you believe it? Listen, y'all, did y'all see all these red flags? What this man was doing that night? I don't know what he was doing, but he need to be bopped over the head today. He regretting it right now. Listen, he's asking his mama questions now. He wasn't asking her none back then when he was sleeping with this little girl. But he should have. She could have warned him a long time ago. Big Ed, thank you so much for your $10 super chat. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention because this was something that we saw on TikTok. And I just thought it was crazy. $2,200 a month is not enough. This could not even be worked out. This is not even worthy of a communication, amongst the two of them. It really is. But neither one of them could actually get to that point where they could talk about it. So it made it to TikTok. I bet it's not even real because I just don't think that would happen. I happen to think that the young man would walk away and the young lady wouldn't block him in. But who really knows? They probably are doing little silly stuff like this. I don't know. But 10101 B is saying, Dad, the one who made it about money, she had to respond with where 90% of it goes while she is working for all bills, food, and etc. I don't know that, but Dad did say that he's given $2,200. You know what? He may be tapped out. I agree with you in some ways, meaning it could have been a conversation. Ma'am, I'm tapped out. I don't have any more money. I don't have any money. I can't do it. I don't have any. You're right. He made it about child support. I agree with you. He made it about money instead of relationship with the child. I agree. I hate that he did that. I wanted to see them have more kindness and consideration for him having a relationship with the child. I don't know if she's paying bills or not. I have no idea. I really don't even know what the $2,200 is going for, but $2,200 is a lot of money. That's a good little bit of money. It is. We can't just, say that ain't nothing, and if the daycare bill is $2,000, man, that is ridiculous. It is very, very expensive to have a child. But guess what? Somebody needs to tell somebody so we won't get caught in these situations going in. I did do the average cost of daycare in the United States. I think it was somewhere between $1,300 a month and $3,000 a month. $1,300 to $3,000. Somewhere along the line, you have to ask yourself, you know what? If I'm not married and I'm a single mom, this is my first child, I have to say to myself, you know what? Is it better for me to go back home and live with my mom and this baby than try to live out on my own and pay this daycare bill? You have to, measure this out because $2,000 a month is a lot. That's a whole lot. And like Trey said, if it's $2,000 a month, her half is $1,000. But Trey, when we say that, what exactly are we halving up? Just the daycare bill? I mean, are we halving up the food bill? Are we halving up the room he may have? We're not doing all of that. It's not, I don't think that that's what's happening. So it's just too much. It needs to be some communication all the way around. And that's just what I wanted to share with you all. But this is what we have to go through when we're reckless and random. There you go. Women think child support means she has no more financial liability, which is incorrect. I hope women don't think that. They absolutely need to get their head on straight. They absolutely need to know that there is still financial responsibility that is their responsibility to take care of when it comes to that child. Absolutely. Even if it's, like you said, if it's $2,200 or $2,000 for daycare, even if we said it's $1,000 of that went towards, her responsibility, then there's another $1,000 that would probably go towards, other things that the child would need. I can agree to that all day long. But if women are thinking that they have no more responsibility towards the child financially, then that would be an issue. We need to sit down and have some education on being a parent, because that's so incorrect. So incorrect. But, we're going to talk about it, continue to talk about it. People going to continue to fuss about it, argue about it. And all I'm telling you to do is don't have a baby by somebody that ain't your husband. Preserve yourself until then, and marry the woman that you're going to have a baby by. Just that simple. Hey, married, relentless, satisfied. It's childcare, household bills, clothes, food, etc. It's a lot. Oh, girl tripping. She is. She definitely is. Didn't you see it? Did you see the hand? Look, she got that car. She's going to have to beat him up. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. We're going to move on. Her ego will destroy her. Now, listen, this right here came from Hardlyinitiated, y'all. This was on Sunday Night Show. Sunday Night Show was about a few ladies. It was 3 ladies on there, beautiful girls, I must say. And all of them, the show was about having turned down marriage proposals or having to break up marriage proposals or something of that effect. I hope y'all saw it. But even if you didn't, it was a part in there that really burnt my behind. And that's the part that we're going to go over today. We're going to recap this and we're going to talk about this. And I'm definitely going to drop the link and I want to hear what you all have to say. Listen, Tisha, I'll say, I watched it. I know you did, girl. I saw you in there. But listen, we got to talk about it because there was a part that it was just like, I just don't believe that this is what I'm hearing. Now, see, listen, I'm going to tell y'all afterwards, but let me see what Clement Gray is saying. SB, I did marry my children's mother. And after she divorced me, saw I got remarried, she acted like a stone cold nut. You know what? Her ego will destroy her. She was jealous of the new wife, couldn't get it together, but didn't want nobody else to have you, Clement. Listen, I know what you're saying. I believe you. We get crazy. I don't know what to say. We do, but we're going to talk about it because this all makes sense where it don't make sense. But this is real. This is what we actually do. But we're going to try to get free from it today. We're going to I'm going to try to free some of our ladies from all that plagues them today. We're going to try. Okay. We're going to try. So listen, let's play this video.
Through. Shout out to my girl, Ari Nicole. She says, ladies, stop having children with men who haven't married you. You're in control of your womb and stop wasting time. As women, we only want youth and beauty. We only have youth and beauty. Use it wisely.
Can I say something to that? I want to say something.
What you got to say on that, Sarah?
Yeah, I don't want to. Wait, what was her name?
Shout out to Ari.
Ari, thank you. First of all, I love your standpoint, and I hope that you stick with that for your body. I think that that's really beautiful. Right. But to act like most people, let's say 99.9% of people are not sexually active on this planet. Some just get pregnant and decide to be responsible and go through with it. I don't think that that's something that we should villainize or take away from, because I'm sure there's been acts.
All right. So listen, let me just catch y'all up because I want y'all to hear all that again. Right. Miss Ari Nicole. Thank you, Ari. Thank you so much. Miss Ari gave us super chat. And I can't see the super chat here, but in the super chat, it basically says, ladies, we need to preserve ourselves and stop having babies by men who are not our husbands. We need to make sure, don't do that, because all we have is our youth and our beauty. And once that's gone, our value drops is basically what Ari was saying. I don't know her word for word, right? That's what she said. Now, did y'all hear that? That was some good advice. Now, what that means that preserve yourself, ladies. Stop giving yourself to men that have not promised you anything and then turn around and have a baby by this man that hasn't promised you anything. Because all we got is our youth, right? That's all we got, our youth and our beauty. And once all that is gone, then guess what? Y'all have always heard about the wall. When the young ladies heard this, y'all hear the chatter was like, I was like, they was at a football game. Couldn't wait to get at Ari because Ari had some information that was good. Now, this is what I want to tell y'all. She begins to talk. The young lady, y'all see how pretty they are. They're really nice looking girls. This one that's getting ready to speak is 35 years old. And she goes on to say, that is some really good advice. She didn't do nothing but gaslight Ari. I don't know if Ari was actually in the comment section at the time, but she didn't do nothing but gaslight her. But listen to this, ladies. Just because people decide to make bad decisions, it does not mean that that's where you got to live. Right? Understand this. Why is it as women, we cannot be accountable and just say, I messed up? Why we can't do that? Instead, we're going to use, since 99% of the people in the United States are random and reckless, I might as well be random and reckless too and continue to have sex. And if I get pregnant by a man, oh, well. That's what she's saying. But we're going to continue to play it. I want y'all to hear this.
So she came through. Shout out to my girl, Ari Nicole. She says, ladies, stop having children with men who haven't married you. You're in control of your womb, and stop wasting time. As women, we only want youth and beauty. We only have youth and beauty. Use it wisely.
Can I say something to that? I want to say something.
What you got to say on that, Sarah?
Yeah, I don't want to. Wait, what was her name?
Shout out to Ari.
Ari, thank you. First of all, I love your standpoint, and I hope that you stick with that for your body. I think that that's really beautiful. Right. But to act like most people, let's say 99.9% of people are not sexually active on this planet. Some just get pregnant and decide to be responsible and go through with it. I don't think that that's something that we should villainize or take away from, because I'm sure there's been accidents for probably every person that is even watching this live. And if not, I love that for you, but for the majority of others, that's just not the case. And so I do think that there is a difference. There might be something that Chelsea gets to experience being a mom that I may never get to experience, because I'm 35 years old and I don't have kids now. And maybe her kids are going to be able to be there for her at a capacity that I may not even be able to experience if I don't meet my husband and not have kids. So I don't think that there's a right way or a wrong way to do anything. And just a shout out to Shar too, when she said, I did it. There is no wrong way. You got a beautiful opportunity to learn what works for you and what didn't. And you having children is never a mistake. So I hear what you're saying, but also, do that for you, but let's not villainize others.
Well, let me just say this, because even in what you just said, where you said, they chose to be responsible. And abortion can be responsible too. It is a woman's right to choose. But let me say this, as a woman who is 38 years old, right? I was married, but did not have children out of my marriage. Do not think that it hasn't crossed my mind, right? When I met with a reproductive doctor, don't think that it hasn't crossed my mind, because the doctor's like, hey, you could just go to a sperm bank, right? There's this whole organization across the world now called Single Mothers by Choice. And these women choose to either find a sperm donor, somebody they know, or they go to a sperm bank, right? And they do this because they want motherhood and they don't want their years to pass them by. So I think that, again, what Sarah said, if you choose to have children, you may not want to get married. That's a part of the indoctrination. You do not, if you don't want to get married, but you just want to have children, that's your choice. And so, I don't remember the young lady's name, Ari, again, you have your opinions, and everyone's opinions are their own, right? But just don't ever use judgment, I would say, on people who choose to have children outside of marriage. Men.
All right. So listen, some more bad advice. Y'all listen, this is 35 and 38. They have done nothing but taking up space here in this United States. These women gave the worst advice ever to give to young ladies that are coming behind them. They have learned nothing about anything. Did y'all hear this? Abortion, it could be responsible too. Really? Really? Oh, I've been married. Now I'm divorced. I'm 38 years old. So men, I need y'all to take a real good look at these ladies, because these are not wives. So if any one of y'all get tricked again, see, they've already tricked one. The one on the right, she done already tricked somebody to marry her. She said she messed it up. The other one on the left said she done been all around the world, did this and did that. This did almost everything. So she hadn't tricked anybody yet into marrying her. But did you hear the advice that they're giving? See, this is the major problem. This is a lack of accountability. It is not a good idea for any woman to say to herself, I'm single by choice, or I'm gonna have this baby by choice by myself. Come on, y'all. What she mean? You just don't judge. No, God said it. Outside of marriage, you're wrong. Wear it. Wear it. Be humble. Repent. Wear it. You are wrong. You should not be having babies outside of wedlock. Just that simple. We were wrong. I was wrong. You learn from being wrong. You tell the next person. You're 38 and 35, not married, neither one of you. We really don't know what your life looks like, but you ain't trying to help the next person that may have not made that same mistake yet. You're not going to tell them the truth and be like, look, preserve yourself. Don't do this. You're going to actually fight against the woman who told someone to preserve herself. What? See, this is why we have so much trouble right here, y'all. This is it. You got these beautiful young ladies throwing out advice that is detrimental to the woman. Very much detrimental. Then the other young lady that has 2 kids, she's going to continue after this. But did you hear the advice that they gave? If you want to have a child, you can. Let's go for real and ask a single mom, how great is your life right now? How great? Look, you made a mistake. The baby's not a mistake, but you made a bad decision to have a child by a man that was not your husband. I did it too. I am glad I didn't marry the young man. That was my mistake. The child was not a mistake, but I made one. But guess what? I'm not going to hold back and pretend that was the best thing that happened to me in my life. And I ain't going to tell the next young lady, listen, don't do that, because I don't want somebody else to experience the trauma or anything else that comes along with being a single mother if they don't have to. Now, why wouldn't another woman want to tell another woman about that? This woman's 35 and 38. They've been here long enough to know better. But why not? Your ego is so big that everything you do and everything you touch is right. So every mistake you make, you're going to be like, oh no, I'm going to fix it. Oh no, I decided to do that. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't decide to do that. You was out there random and reckless and got pregnant. And if you was out there random, reckless and got pregnant and decided to have abortion, there was nothing responsible about that. You murdered a child. You were wrong. You were wrong. Repent for it. Guess what? If you do that, you don't have to do it again. You'll be like, damn, what did I do? How did this happen? How did I get here? You don't tell somebody else. Oh my God. You're going to tell somebody else over the YouTube airs. An abortion could be quite responsible. So guess what? The next time somebody says that young ladies are using abortions for birth control, then what we're going to do? We're like, yeah, they surely are. Because guess what? The older sisters, the 38-year-olds and the 35-year-olds, that's what the millennials are telling them to do that. Really? Y'all, how is this remotely right? Anyway, correct? We are, our egos, have we totally forgotten about the principles of God? Is that just like not making any sense to anybody anymore? We have just totally forgot how to make babies? I mean, are we just out there just doing whatever we want to do? God don't even matter. She said you shouldn't judge. God said this, y'all. You don't blame Ari. She just was repeating a good message that she heard throughout her life. That's all Ari was doing. That message came for somebody else much greater than Ari. Do we not want to operate in the will of God anymore? I mean, do we just want to be out here willy-nilly and think we're going to be getting good results? No, we're not. We're not. But that was the advice that these young lady gave me. That you hear how they just like, rah, when she said, preserve yourself and don't be having babies by people that are not married to you. And then you're going to pretend that, oh no, he don't have to marry me. I could decide to have a baby. Yeah, they doing all that because you're selfish. If you do something like that, you go to a sperm bank, that's all about you. You're selfish. You didn't want that child. I don't know what you wanted. But it wasn't about the child. It wasn't about loving the child. That's all selfishness. This is all ego. This is nothing about this. It's humble. What are y'all doing? Ladies, what is it? Why wouldn't you give a good message to somebody coming behind you? Look, fall back, find you a husband. Let a husband find you. How about that? I'm not telling you not to be a career woman. I'm not telling you not to be a smart woman. I'm just saying, stay in your lane and stop pretending like you got it together and you don't. Because you don't. You just told somebody to have an abortion. It could be quite responsible. The other one just told somebody, well, you know what? With her several kids, she could maybe learn something or experience something that I haven't because I don't have any. She absolutely is. A lot of a lot of sleepless nights because them kids going to be crying all night. Yeah. That's what she's going to be experiencing. And guess what? If she told you the truth, she would tell you that it's not easy. It's very hard. Raising kids by yourself is very difficult to do. She wouldn't tell you, yeah, girl, go ahead and get you some kids. Get 2, 3, you can do it. If you be honest, she wouldn't say that. But no, you up here, y'all just like, it's such a glamorous life. If that's what you want, girl, do whatever it is you want to do. This is sending people to hell right here, y'all. Straight to hell. I told y'all about a month ago, I drew a line in the sand. And that line said, you know what? I'm not going to be on that side that sends you to hell anymore. I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth that I'm telling you is coming from God. It ain't got nothing to do with SB. Nothing to do with SB. If it was up to SB, I would tell you to do what the heck you want to. But I would say, listen, I'm going to give you an option, because this is what the word of God says. He says sex outside of marriage is fornication, and fornication is random and reckless. And, you know, I ain't got to tell you the rest. And if you have a baby outside of marriage, you know, and then you tell someone that this is what you wanted to do, that's a very selfish thing. Your ego is all over you and you're in the wrong place. You know, that's not a humble thing to do or say. And then not allow a man to be in your life, or not want to be married, or all those things, that crazy things that these women are thinking that they control. And then you present yourself like you got it all together. But guess what? You still by yourself and alone. Still, you know everything. You should have heard them. They knew everything. They knew everything but how to be married successfully. They can have a baby on their own. They could be career women on their own. One had already been married and divorced, and one hadn't had children yet, but she said she was in a relationship. And the other one, she had been in a relationship. She has 2 kids, and I got to let her tell you all about that. Go ahead.
And women do it all the time.
Yeah. More, it just, the responsibility more often than not falls on the woman, which is also not fair.
The way my relationship ended, I'm glad we didn't make it down the aisle.
Girl, that
life would be a complete disaster.
Right.
Had I had these kids and
It's
this
not
business
a jail sentence.
and, you know, the things that I have in place and a marriage. I know it was God literally to turn me from walking down the aisle. And so I'm grateful for it.
So when the fornication and the cohabitation fell apart, she knew it was God that kept her from walking down the aisle. So we decided to clue into God after we did everything else we wanted to do. We decided to chime in. I guess that's a good time to chime in. And God said, do not walk down the aisle and marry the man that fathered your children that you've been cohabitating with for the last whoever knows how long. That's what God did for you. You decided to ask about it then, but before, you didn't care what he thought. You was going to do what you wanted to do. And then just one other young lady, it's not a death sentence. How do you know? You don't have 2 kids and you by yourself. This makes me sick. This makes me sick, because these are the women that people will listen to. Young girls are somewhere listening to these ladies because they think they're beautiful girls. Their presentation is nice, I must say. They speak very well. And if you sit back and listen to them, well, no, you can't sit back and listen. If you just listen, like, you know, on the fly, what they saying sound good. But if you actually sit back and listen to them, and you be like, what? It makes no sense. But guess what? Everything that is good now, this world, us United States, is making it bad. So you would tell a woman, go delete a baby. Go delete it. It could be quite responsible that you did it, but you wouldn't tell a woman to preserve yourselves. You passing judgment if you tell somebody to preserve themselves. Now that might be good for you. And Ari, I hope you are preserving yourself. I hope you are till your husband gets there. And if your husband never comes, you listen, you and God can have an outstanding relationship. There's nothing wrong with that. We should all have that anyway. But y'all, this got me. This really just, I was like, I can't believe that. This is what we're promoting now. Let's see. Shells, how are you? He said, people always want to use God to justify their crazy stories. I know. They only want to use them, though, in the end. They done made all the decisions to do whatever it is they wanted to do up until that point. Then God is the one that got them out of it, I guess. You know, maybe that's how God works. I don't really know, but I think it would work better if you had a relationship from the beginning and you honored his principles from the beginning. He'll probably keep you from all this strife, this trauma, and all this extra stuff that we actually put ourselves through as women. See, we can't blame this on no man. We can't blame this on a man. They did all this by themselves. She had a man there. She had a husband. Someone just mentioned too that somebody had 2.5 engagements. So how do you do that? You know, I don't even know. But y'all, this right here just Rachel said she had 2.5 engagements. Rachel, you got to explain that to me because I missed that part. But this is crazy. Y'all, listen. There's a way this thing's supposed to be done. And in that way, it's supposed to be with godly principles. You could do whatever you want to do. And I'm sure that people will. But what I'm saying is, if I've experienced something that I know wasn't good, or I know that I did it incorrectly. I know this. I know me being a single mom was not the right thing to do. I absolutely know it. I'm not going to justify that because my life worked out. I'm not justifying it. I was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. I'm not going to tell the next woman, girl, you can be a single mom. Go ahead and do it. Yeah, you'll be blessed. You probably want to try. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Why I got to justify my junk instead of saying, y'all, I was wrong. I was in a bad place. I made a bad decision. Beautiful child, but bad decision. I wasn't ready to be married. I shouldn't have done that. No matter how many proposals I got, it doesn't matter. I was wrong because I was supposed to wait and get married before the child got here, period, point blank. Because that's the kind of life I would chose to live. Now, if you're not trying to live that life, don't nobody care what you do. You know, if you're not living for God, or if you're not recognizing and honoring God's principles, oh, well, you know, you probably wouldn't be here talking, no, listening to me. But if you are honoring that, and I'm sure that Ari was honoring that, right? When she made that comment, when she said, protect your womb, she was honoring the fact that God's principles needed to come into place, right? She honored that. Instead of them just saying nothing, because it was a good message to do for those who honor God and we're going to use his principles. It's a good message. Why not leave it there? You know, you could do that for you. She already knows she could do it for her, but she's telling those out there that may not know or have that options that are watching you all. So if something doesn't apply to you, let it go on by you and get the ones in the audience, because it was probably 1,500 to 1,700 people in the audience this night. So it could have been several other women that needed to hear what Ari was saying, that it didn't need to be challenged. If it wasn't for you, then okay. We had to sit up here and listen to you with the, the random reckless and the deletion being responsible and all the other things that you expressed to women that was not feminine. All those other things that you lack as wives, all that other stuff that you were saying, all of it, because none of it added up to me. None of it added up. I'm sitting here listening and I'm thinking, these are not wives. Wow. So guess what? It makes sense. That's why you didn't get married. The one that did get married is probably why you did separate. I don't know the way you actually told that story. You actually said that you messed it up. You said that you were out there in the street with your girlfriends and he let you do it. But then it came a time, I guess, when he got tired of it. So yeah, you did say you messed it up. Married Relentless and Satisfied says they think it's okay to be a single mother because they are measuring it against the money that they now make, not realizing it takes more than money to raise kids. You know what, T-Shaw, let me tell you something. I don't even believe that. I believe that we have gotten so out of touch with God that they absolutely know that it's nothing good about being a single mom. They absolutely know that it is. But they're so far away from being accountable or being seen as wrong or not good, or, somebody pointing at the finger at them saying, you did this, you did that they're going to embrace it and pretend like it's okay. They absolutely know. They absolutely do know. They're smart enough to know. One of them even says she went to divinity school or something. Yeah, they know. They absolutely know that a woman should not be trying to raise a child by herself. They know it, but we have such egos that they don't ever want to be somewhere where somebody can tell them that they're wrong. Now, let me ask my ladies, what would be so wrong with being wrong? What is that? Why? How are we so out of order that we can't even be accountable for the junk that we do? And then once we account for it, we free of it. I can't even let somebody tell me I'm wrong. I can't even I'm so out. My ego is so big. I can't lose. It's gotta be somebody else. Somebody else gotta be the problem. This is my baby. I'm good. No, you're not. No, you're not. Even if you have enough money, let's just keep it real. Stop playing these games. It's almost like a form of abuse to the children when you're not honest about the situation. Okay, so listen, I saw Cam Newton's baby number, 7? Baby mama number 7 she was on a stage and she had his number on number 1 and she was doing a little dance and she was so happy to be a single mom with Cam Newton's baby, because now I guess she's going to feel as though she's going to get a check for the rest of her life. She has no care about how is it going to be to raise this child. Now, y'all, anything could happen and Cam Newton no longer be around, or the situation should change. Who really knows? He might do a DNA and it ain't even his child. Who really, really knows? But the point I'm trying to make is, why are we playing games like that? You're wrong. That baby didn't ask for that. Why are you doing this? Why? Just so you can get a check. See, y'all, I told y'all about a month ago, we have changed and now we're making God money. And our ladies are we just operating in such egos that we don't even understand what we're doing. We're hurting each other. Somebody listen to this 35-year-old and this 38-year-old woman say it was okay to be random and to be reckless. But the young lady that was saying, preserve yourself, preserve your womb. And this is how you add value. This is a woman now. We're women. This is where value comes in for us. You know, they didn't even want her point of view to be even heard. You know, they soon as she says, yeah, now that could be good for you. 99.9% of the world is screwing. Why wouldn't we continue to screw? Huh? Really? You know, if you want to be set apart, set yourself apart. You know, if 99, you know, the reality is everybody else is screwing. So I'm just going to go ahead and screw too. Really? And ain't no problem with that. You won't even tell somebody the right thing to do nowadays. Oh, listen, we're going to continue to listen.
You do not, if you don't want to get married, but you just want to have children, that's your choice. And so, you know, I don't remember the young lady's name. Ari, you know, again, you have your opinions and everyone's opinions are their own, right? But just don't ever use judgment, I would say, on people who choose to have children outside of marriage. Men and women do it all the time.
Yeah. It just, the responsibility more often than not falls on the woman, which is also not fair.
The way my relationship ended.
Okay, you see that? We're talking out both sides of our mouth. We're choosing to do it, right? This is how you know. This is how you know it's not real. You choosing to do it, but then the responsibility of the child may fall back on the woman, you know, like it always does, and which is not fair. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You chose this. This is what you want. What you're talking about fairness? What fair? What is that? What is that? The man told you he didn't want no baby. How we go? What's the fairness? You said you wanted this baby regardless. You wanted to be single and you didn't want to be married. You wanted to have this baby, and the responsibility of the baby fell back on you. And now you're talking about fairness. You see how she's talking out both sides of her neck? Did y'all see that? Yeah. Is anybody listening to what they're saying? Or are we just looking like, ooh, they just talking. They can talk so well. I mean, is that what we're doing? Continue on, Mr. Boss.
So she came through. Shout out to my girl, Ari Nicole. She says, ladies, stop having children with men who haven't married you. You're in control of your womb, and stop wasting time. As women, we only want youth and beauty. We only have youth and beauty. Use it wisely.
Can I say something to that? I want to say something.
What you got to say on that, Sarah?
Yeah, I don't want to. Wait, what was her name?
Shout out to Ari.
Ari, thank you. First of all, I love your standpoint, and I hope that you stick with that for your body. I think that that's really beautiful. Right. But to act like most people, let's say 99.9% of people are not sexually active on this planet. Some just get pregnant and decide to be responsible and go through with it. I don't think that that's something that we should villainize or take away from, because I'm sure there's been accidents for probably every person that is even watching this live. And if not, I love that for you, but for the majority of others, that's just not the case. And so I do think that there is a difference. You know, there might be something that Chelsea gets to experience being a mom that I may never get to experience, because I'm 35 years old and I don't have kids now. And maybe her kids are going to be able to be there for her at a capacity that I may not even be able to experience if I don't meet my husband and not have kids. So I don't think that there's a right way or a wrong way to do anything. And just a shout out to Shar too, when she said, you know, I did it. There is no wrong way. You got a beautiful opportunity to learn what works for you and what didn't. And you having children is never a mistake. So I hear what you're saying, but also, you know, do that for you, but let's not villainize others.
Well, let me
keep going, Mr. Boss. I want to
Let
play
me
that
just say
last
this
one.
because even in what you just said, where you said, they chose to be responsible. And abortion can be responsible too. It is a woman's right to choose. But let me say this, as a woman who is 38 years old, right? I was married, but did not have children out of my marriage. Do not think that it hasn't crossed my mind, right? When I met with a reproductive doctor, don't think that it hasn't crossed my mind because the doctor's like, hey, you could just go to a sperm bank, right? There's this whole organization across the world now called Single Mothers by Choice. And these women choose to either find a sperm donor, somebody they know, or they go to a sperm bank, right? And they do this because they want motherhood and they don't want their years to pass them by. So I think that, again, what Sarah said, if you choose to have children, you may not want to get married. That's a part of the indoctrination. You do not, if you don't want to get married, but you just want to have children, that's your choice. And so, I don't remember the young lady's name, Ari, again, you have your opinions and
Oh, so you didn't get the last part for the last part what the young lady said?
I'm glad we didn't make it down the aisle.
Girl, that
life would be a complete disaster.
Right.
Had I had
to have children outside of marriage. Men and women do it all the time.
Yeah. It just the responsibility more often than not falls on the woman, which is also not fair.
The way my relationship ended, I'm glad we didn't make it down the aisle.
Girl, that
life would be a complete disaster.
Right.
Had I had these kids and
It's
this
not
business
a jail sentence.
and, the things that I have in place and a marriage. I know it was God literally deterring me from walking down the aisle. And so I'm grateful for it because.
So see what I'm saying, y'all, you see how crazy this sounds? She knew it was God that turned her away from walking down the aisle, considering how her relationship ended. They have 2 kids. They were cohabitating. She mentioned that he was someone that had recently gotten out of prison. I'm not going to hold that against him because she enjoyed him, liked him, picked him, went along with it, what have you. But why couldn't she choose God in the beginning of the relationship? And maybe God could have been what controlled the relationships. Maybe the principles of God may have been the path that they went down if we could have been introduced to God in the beginning instead of calling on God at the end. So you do everything you want to do on your own, and then in the end, you're going to call him out, call God and have him bail you out? Really? You didn't do the right thing in the beginning. Now it's over. He's turned out to be the person that you didn't think he was, really. Yeah, he was that person. But now you got 2 kids and you just so glad that you didn't walk down the aisle with him, but you got 2 kids and you by yourself. She went on to say that he left her and basically just left her almost destitute. They had nothing, right? They had nothing. And then Miss Ari is going to give a note that, listen, y'all, stop giving your stuff away. Let this be your husband. Preserve yourself, preserve your womb. And guess what? That can't be an option. 99.9% are out here doing this. Hey, look, so we go, let's put it out there for the 1% that will love to preserve their womb, who loves to follow God. We already know it's a narrow road, though. We get it. Not everybody's going to make it in, but at least let's talk about it. Let's stop pretending like it don't exist. We talk about everything else foul. Like Miss M, how you doing? Better Love Movement. How y'all doing? Miss Jeanette, good to see you. We talk about everything else like it's just so normal. It's just so okay. And, when we talk about God, folks like to get offended. Get offended. It's okay. Keep going getting offended. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that option out there. So whenever somebody's talking about being reckless and, random with sex, I'm going to be like, you could preserve yourself and wait till your husband comes and finds you. That's going to be something else to think about, just in case you hadn't thought about it. Because it will save you. Because of what I'm hearing now, we got high STI rates, people, HIV, all these things are going around. Women are having kids that they don't want, things of that nature. We got child support, all these things that go against the nuclear family is what's happening right now. If that's not what you want to do and you really want to partake in the nuclear family, maybe you should wait and let that man find you. Align yourself with God and figure out what God has for you. Be on purpose. Be intentional about your life and stop allowing stuff just to happen to you. Ain't that what the young lady just said? And she said, really, there's no right way or wrong way. Really? Who told you that? Where? Who told you that? Yeah, it is. Yeah, we make wrong decisions all the time. Own it. We make wrong decisions all the time. We need to own it. But the problem is we're so selfish. Our ego is so big. We can't even own when we make a bad decision. We still got to give an excuse or blame somebody else for it. When we gonna stop? You know what? When we gonna stop? When we gonna stop? We already at 35 and 38. Listen, my job is to, as an elder, give somebody else an option. Give the people that's coming behind me an option. It ain't got to be this way. You ain't got to do the same thing I did. You ain't got to do what 99.9% are doing either. You can actually create your own reality and walk it out. And whatever it looks like, you be responsible for it. You will be held accountable for it. Good decisions, bad decisions, whatever it may be. But let it be yours. Just don't do what everybody else is doing because it's your body, your choice. Do the right thing. What God told you to do. Because guess what? Look, my body, my choice. In marriage, once you get married, it clearly says your body belongs to your husband. Your husband's body belongs to you. Clearly says that, right? So you won't be running around here talking about my body, my choice, because you and your husband would have gotten pregnant. And then y'all would decide to have a child. It wouldn't be, my body, my choice. I'm going to have an abortion because this is very responsible for me to do. Then I'm going to go back out there and do it again. Really? Y'all. Dr. Steele, thank you so much for your $5 super chat. He says, ladies and gentlemen, 3 members of the sisterhood. Yeah, for now, they 3 members of the sisterhood for now, but let one of them say something wrong. Let one of them talk about preserving themselves and see what happens, Dr. Steele. They too would throw each other under the bus. They too will do it. And it ain't real. It's not real. Talking out both sides of the neck. It ain't fair. What you mean it ain't fair? Didn't you say you were doing what you wanted to do? You're doing what you want to do, then you're looking for fairness. When I do what I want to do, I own it. I take responsibility for the outcome of it. I don't have to look for fairness. I decided to do this. This is me, my decision from beginning to end. Fair? Who needed to be fair? Nobody needed to be fair. But this is what we're dealing with. Better Love Movement. This episode was filled with what not to do. Absolutely. Miss M says, SB, you are absolutely correct. Thank you so much for that. Listen, but I know y'all understand me. Y'all over here understand me. Some of y'all, I don't know what happened to my well, anyway. Listen, y'all understand what I'm saying, but this is the message that is going out to our ladies. So my ladies that do understand what I'm saying, give the younger or the next generation another option. All the mistakes that we've made throughout our life coming up, to get to where we are now, 35 and 38, they've done some things. They've made some mistakes. They should be able to tell somebody something. All those things that I've experienced that was bad for me, it didn't work out the way they should have. I got to tell somebody something. Listen, you ain't got to do that. There's another way. Let me share with you. You would have such a better life if you did this. Now you can do what you want, but I'm going to give you another option. You decide. You research this option and you decide what you want to do. Give someone else an option. Don't let everybody just live in our own dysfunction forever just because 99.9% are being dysfunctional. And you ain't got to get married. You ain't got to get married. You can have a baby without being married. What? Is it because you're not married? Is it that you don't want to see the next one do well? What is that, y'all? I want every woman that wants to have a child, that wants to have a family, I want them to be able to be married. I would love for them to have a nuclear family. I would love for them to meet a great, outstanding man that is God-fearing man that has the principles of God, the foundation, and would find him a wife, and they could build a nuclear family, and we could definitely have a community. But guess what? I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't. But do we be random and reckless in the meantime? No, you don't. I'm just giving you another option. I'm giving y'all another option. Please don't do it. So anyway, does anybody had any comments they wanted to make? Mr. Boss has dropped the link in the chat, and y'all are welcome to definitely come up and challenge what I'm saying. I know some of them can't handle it. They must be random and reckless. I don't know. T-Shaw says all they talk about was what the men did. I would have loved to hear the other side coming from the men. Listen, I heard a lot of this is high value men. They do this and they do that. We just have to accept what people say. But when I see people talking out both sides of their neck, I just be like, I'm not believing it. I don't believe it. And when I see that, you listen, for me, you got to have some kind of something to show for what you say you're doing. If you 35 and you single and you done been all around the world, you done this and this, but you still ain't got no husband, because you did 2.5 engagements, but it didn't work out. And then another thing, let me tell y'all this too. Y'all remember the basketball player? What was his name? The one who left his fiance at the altar because she would not. Steven Jackson. They showed Steven Jackson's video. Steven Jackson was the basketball player that left his fiance at the altar because she refused to sign a prenup, right? And he said they had been talking about the prenup for months, and everybody understood that the prenup needed to be signed. But for whatever reason, his fiance would not sign a prenup. So here comes the day of the wedding. She still has not signed a prenup. And if y'all saw the extended version of it, I think it was his mom or someone in his family came to him and said, she still hasn't signed this prenup. So he said, okay. So right around in there, he decided to call off the wedding. Y'all, they made Steven Jackson the problem. Now listen, Steven should have been more of a leader in that situation. I mean, he dropped the mic, he did, but I do agree that we didn't have to get down to the day of the wedding. He could have definitely called this off 90 days in advance or prior. He could have been like, you know what, babe, girl, you ain't even signed this prenup. We ain't having no wedding. You go on by your business and you think about it. It did not have to come down to the last day. So that part I do agree with. I do. But they were saying, oh, she dodged the bullet. Seems like to me, but maybe I just got my eyes closed, y'all. Seemed like to me, he the one who dodged the bullet because this young lady was going to take him down through there somewhere real soon. Because if your husband who makes the money, high earner, is saying to you, I need to have a prenup for you. And if you don't agree with it, okay, let's write it and get it to the point where you agree. If you get it to the point where you agree, if you don't agree with what he's saying, okay, you look, honey, come on, let's do this better because I don't like the way that says. I don't like it. Let's go back and rewrite it again. And then we get to a point where we say we agree with it and you agree too. And you got to sign it, but you keep playing games to the day of the wedding that you won't sign it. Yeah, she was getting ready to try to take him. But these ladies was like, his attitude, his arrogance. Oh, she really dodged a bullet. I'm thinking. So again, we got egos, y'all. Egos. The ego was too big, and there was no humbleness. I need my men to watch out for this. Y'all need to watch out for this. And my ladies, it ain't got to be like this. If a high earning man comes to you and you want to marry him and he chooses you, he asks for your hand in marriage and you want to marry him and he has a prenup for you and y'all have hammered it out and you agree with it. If you don't want to marry that man due to that prenup, don't do it. But don't play this game. Let him know, I don't feel like you care about me. I don't feel like you love me. Whatever the situation is, let's don't play games with this. Get out of that situation and be done with it. But if you love that man and you don't care nothing about taking his money or taking what he already has accomplished, sign the prenup. Go into the marriage. Build from that point on with that man. Because that's what we're supposed to be there for. We're supposed to be assets. But if I'm sitting back trying to get yours, then I might play the game with you, man, and wait till the day of to say, you know what, I ain't signing. He gonna marry me anyway, thinking that I got that much power over you. And then when he flex you and don't sign, then what? He got an ego? No, he was just smart enough to be like, I ain't signing it. The man said he lost over $400,000 behind this wedding. I don't know. He said it, but there you go. My ego was so large as a woman that I couldn't sign the prenup that I agreed to. What is that? So y'all listen, we got to be careful with this. Y'all, my men folks, I need y'all paying attention. And my ladies folks, if y'all are serious about being a wife, I need y'all to align with what God tells y'all need to be. You don't play games in relationship, not a marriage relationship. You're becoming one with a person. That should be your ultimate goal. You're supposed to be coming into this marriage, becoming one and an asset to this man, never to take away from him or to be a liability. So when I hear women talk about, things that in that nature, she did a wrong thing. The woman was supposed to sign the prenup. If she didn't want to sign it, we ain't got to get married. Tell this man, I don't want to sign it. Boom, boom, boom. He was wrong for not calling it 90 days in advance, but at least 90 days. But he wasn't wrong for wanting to protect himself because he felt it. He felt there was something not correct. He felt it. He did. He definitely did. So ladies, listen, men and women, y'all see these red flags out here, y'all better start paying attention. And guess what? If there are red flags, I don't want you to find out on the wrong end of it. But Better Love Movement. Hello, ma'am.
There we go. Oh, Lord. Man, like I said, I wanted people to watch it so they would know what not to do. Everything they talked about is what not to do. Everything. Having sex out of marriage, playing wife, right? Playing house, having kids, and all this foolishness with, oh, the men have money and doing this and doing. See, they did everything you ain't supposed to do. I was like, Lord, oh, Lord.
Yep. And the moment it didn't go right, it was the man's fault. Did you hear that?
Yep. I was like, are we really doing this?
Yeah, we did it. We did it. And I was like, oh, what part am I supposed to play in this? The only thing I could say is this part right here. I was like, okay, well, I got to download this because this right here is not something that you just leave out there by itself. Yep. When she said the part about deletion being responsible, I'm thinking that's bad. That is not something that we want to promote.
And this is a reverend.
Yeah. She said, yeah. What did she call herself a reverend, or she had another word, didn't she?
Reverend. She has been ordained at New Birth Cathedral. She is a reverend. I'm completely confused. Like once I heard that, what?
She said your body, your choice, but she never once pushed marriage. She said her marriage, she messed up in her marriage. She did say that somewhat. But you know, I don't know what's wrong with saying that I messed up.
Right.
You know, and telling somebody else, don't do what I did in that case.
That's it. That's it. That's all we're asking is tell your story. And even if your story's a little ratchet, a little crazy, okay, but these are the mistakes I made. Don't do this. Like, that's what I wanted to. I never heard that.
Hold on for one moment. Hopeless romantic. And I'm assuming you're talking about me. You must have just came in and you don't know SB's story. Let me tell you something. I was a single mom. That's why I'm up here now fussing. This is why now I want to tell and give the option of letting ladies know you don't have to do that. I was a single mom. Listen, my testimony is all I teach. I tell you, every woman, you don't need to do that. And if you're trying to fight for being random and reckless, I can't keep you from doing it. But I'm telling you, it's not a life. You don't want to be. I was a single mom for a time, but I've been married for 28 years.
Right.
I tell every woman, do not want to live in dysfunction. Don't do it. There's a way that we can be and be okay. That's my point. The point is, if you know better and I know better, I'm going to tell somebody else about it so they can do better. That's what we're here for. Otherwise, we just in here taking up space, just breathing, just breathing air. For what reason? I'm going to let them have the same downfalls that I had? No. See, I'm an elder woman. And what elders are supposed to do, something we've been charged with, is to tell younger folks on what not to do. We're not supposed to just sit back and be like, yeah, girl, I did it. It felt good. Go ahead and do it. No, ma'am. Hopeless romantic.
Dearly beloved.
It feels better within marriage. That's what we're supposed to do. But you do what you want. But it's appropriate to speak from your story and not criticize those ladies for making the same mistakes. Who did I criticize? Who did I criticize? Is it Better Love Movement? Am I missing something?
Yeah.
Listen, it's not a criticism to tell somebody don't do what you did. I'm not criticizing anyone. What I'm saying is be accountable for what you did and don't do it again. Don't pretend that what you're doing is okay. It's not. Hopeless romantic. It's not okay. It's not okay to be random and reckless having sex and think you're going to get good results. Now, did I just criticize somebody having random reckless sex? Is that a criticism? No, I just said what you're doing, not you particularly. I'm just individuals. That's not what we're here for. We're not supposed to have children. Women are not supposed to have children and be alone.
Right.
Raising children by ourselves. We did a story not too long ago. The woman had 2 kids. She was by herself. She worked 3 jobs. Her son was in the 12th grade. He had 2 credits. 2 credits in high school. She blamed the school. She blamed the school. She was like, they kept passing him, so I thought he was okay. Ma'am, what do you mean? Because she couldn't help herself. She had 3 kids. Excuse me, she had 2 kids and 3 jobs.
Yep.
2 credits. Now, then here's the thing. Well, what is he supposed to do? He's not gonna, because they wanted him to go back to the 9th grade. Why would he do that? He don't want to do that. Well, ma'am, it's not up to him right now. He's not gonna get that diploma. So now this is gonna be a child that's totally left behind. He gonna drop out of school. It was a boy child. Come on. So, I mean, you know what? I don't know. I think what happens, just like hopeless romantic here, I think what happened is we get so emotional, we can't hear what I'm saying. I'm not criticizing a single mom. I'm here to tell women you don't want to be one. Is that criticism?
That's
You
it.
don't want to be it. I'm not criticizing a woman who thinks that she wants to be a single mom and not have a husband. I'm not doing that. I'm telling her, you listen, you want to be covered. You want to be that. Hopeless romantic. Of course, women are not supposed to raise children alone. But how is it appropriate to shame those ladies? Shame them. No, if you didn't hear correctly on that video, these ladies were not shamed at all. They're not shamed at all. They're not even taking accountability for it. They said they're single women by choice. They're single moms by choice. Meaning, if they want to go to the sperm bank, if they want to go to wherever they want to go to get that sperm so they can create a baby, that's what they're going to do. So there's no shaming there. They're making a choice. I'm shaming them. Oh, Mr. Boss said I'm shaming them. Well, guess what? It is what it is. And if they were here in front of me, I would tell them the same thing.
Right.
I would tell them, say, I got a whole video where I tell ladies it ain't cute. See, this is where y'all playing these games at. This is a game. This is a game you playing. I know for a fact I know several single moms that have reached out to me, and when they're at home by themselves in that room, and it's no noise, they are breaking down, about to fall apart because they don't know what to do. They're trying to figure out, how did they get here? How did they get here? And the sisterhood left them behind. At the baby shower, though, they was there. They was eating the cake. They was drinking the mimosas. They was there. And I look around and I'm like, oh, okay, the sisterhood, okay. But then guess what? When it came time to go to work, babysit the child, where the sisterhood at? What? No, I ain't got time to do that. Okay, so the sisterhood is gone. So now where's the support system? Where is it? So, it's time. We have to be responsible for ourselves.
Right.
And as an elder woman, I'm going to continue to tell ladies, I mean, you know what? When you're out there having the babies, you ain't worried about me shaming you. When you're out there being reckless, having sex with the men, you ain't even caring about if the men really like you. So if I give you a hint, I give you a suggestion in love, ladies, preserve yourselves, please. Preserve yourselves. Do not have sex with this man until you married to him. And this is what I say all the time. You're going to look at me and say, what? What you going to say? I ain't doing that. 99.9%. Okay, well, guess what? Then in love, I just told you something that's going to free your mind.
Right.
I'm telling you how to align with God to be a wife. I'm sharing this with you because this is what is required. And you telling me you don't want that. So what you want me to do? Oh, I know what you want me to do. You want me to pat you on the head and say, okay, let's go ahead and have another one. Yeah, we got you.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to keep doing the same thing. And I want people to understand this. So SB and I are aligned in that we're both Christians. We both want to live in the way that God has told us to, because it's for our good. The reason why he set out the principles, he set out all these things for us, is it actually benefits us. And the young lady who has the 2 children, she sat there and said, oh, my daughter asks every day where her dad is. I said, okay. So clearly it didn't work out good. Clearly it's been detrimental to your children and you. And so it would have been responsible for her to say that. I played house with a man for 7 years and did not get married to him. And now he's gone on about his business. From what I gathered, he's not even visiting the children regular. Wow. Yeah, y'all better wake up.
And took all the money on his way out the door.
Yeah.
And then she added God. Then she said, well, I'm so glad that God didn't allow me to walk down the aisle.
Okay.
Now, I'm not shaming her. This is what she said. So maybe repeating what she said, maybe it may sound shameful coming out of my mouth because it don't make no sense. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, okay, I can, hopeless romantic, I can understand that. It may sound crazy coming out of somebody else's mouth. You're right. Because when somebody tells you what you're doing, then it might sound crazy. And let's see what she has to say. As elders, let's see. Now, make sure you understand what you're getting ready to say. It's appropriate to speak from a place of wisdom, not judgment, especially when you were in the same place. Most people are not receptive to advice when you are shaming them. Hopeless romantic. I'm going to say something to you, and this is in love. My husband, Mr. Boss, is going to put the link here in the comment section. I need you to not cam up, but I want you to come up because I want to have a conversation with you because I need for you to tell me in your own words how you shame somebody. See, I come very direct because y'all don't get hints. Y'all have one child, that was a hint. You'll go out and have two.
Yep.
In the words of Sexy Red, we had chlamydia 2 times. So guess what? You didn't get the hint the first time, right? Ain't that what you said? We had chlamydia 2 times, so you still not getting it. So if you would, hopeless romantic, and this is a safe place. I don't know what I'm doing to shame already, but I want you to hold me accountable for the shaming. I want you to hold me accountable for the shaming. I absolutely do. And we're going to get to the bottom of this today.
Yep. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting me come on and just say that real quick. I'm going to keep watching but from the back, but I just wanted to give you some backup because I was like, oh Lord, I was thinking the same thing through the whole episode.
So listen, Anita, hopeless romantic says absolutely not. And I said, all I need is your voice. You don't even have to cam up.
Right.
Absolutely not. So in other words, I shouldn't take you seriously.
See?
I shouldn't take you serious because
I'm gonna keep it real hopeless romantic. I don't have a problem coming on here with my voice, my face. I speak for righteousness. I rep God all day long. And everybody know that. They know when they see my face, I'm repping for God and I'm repping for righteousness. So I don't have a problem with it. If you disagree, we want you to come on and just give us your thoughts. That's it. That's it.
Hold us accountable.
I'm going to the back. I'm going to the back. Thank you for letting me come up.
I am going to keep reading your comments, but I want to hear you, but you're not telling me how I'm shaming somebody. If you can tell me how I'm shaming someone, and I can read everybody's comments or anybody comment. Yeah. I would want to do that. That's why I said I want to hear your voice. No, look, I'm calling you out. It's a difference. Yep. I'm calling you out. I'm not taking you seriously because you're not willing to stand on it. You got to see one thing about being a woman, a grown woman, you got to stand on what you say. Another thing about being accountable is once you're accountable, that makes you an adult and nobody can tell you anything because you accounted for what you said. You stood on your word and you walked it completely out. That's what accountability is. Hiding behind, I'm not saying you're hiding, but you've been invited up. So, I guess from that point, I shouldn't take you seriously. Lost of translation. How are you? He says, she thinks you are shaming her. Oh, am I shaming her? No, wait a minute. How could I be shaming her? These are her comments. That don't make sense. Lost the translation. Listen, when you start adding logic to stuff, that's crazy. That's crazy. Listen, but Anita, I appreciate you so much. Again,
I'm gonna keep watching from the back.
All right.
Come up. Right.
Definitely. It's really hiding. Listen, I'm not shaming anybody. But guess what? What is God going to do? Conviction always feels shameful or like being judged. What is God going to do? When he's asking that question about those decisions that you made and you didn't repent for, I need y'all to come up with an answer. So guess what? Write it down. Have your list together, hopefully, hopeful, romantic, and have your list together. Because when God asks you about it, then you'll be good. UK Arsenal says, SBU, you are not shaming anybody. Hopeless romantic thinks you a mammy. Guess what? Again, come on up and tell me about the mammy. I would love to hear what a mammy is also. See, it sounds like to me, mammy is disrespectful. See, where I'm shaming someone is what she would say. I would say mammy is quite disrespectful. Again, I'm going to stand on mine. I'm asking her to stand on hers. And she didn't say that, UK. You just putting words in her mouth. You put words in her mouth. Ma'am, you are old enough to be my grandmother. Oh, God, so you a child. So listen up. Listen, I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, good. Since you know how old I am, I hope I am old enough to be your grandma. I'm not going to get on camera to be disrespectful to my elders. Great. I have the right to say you are being judgmental when you were a single mom. Listen, fine. Whoever judged me back then, let them judge me. I judge everybody. I don't condemn people. And I'm glad that you are a young woman since I'm old enough to be your grandma, because I hope you're listening. Go get your Bible. Go get your Bible. And I'm hoping you're saying that because maybe that you're too young to already have engaged in random reckless sex. Because you said I'm old enough to be your grandmother. I'm going to talk to you like your grandma should have talked to you. Listen, preserve yourself. Preserve yourself. Don't be having sex with any man until he marries you. You know, that's what you need to do. I hope you're listening. This is what your grandma would tell you. Don't have sex. I hope some men in your life. Is your daddy around? I hope so. But listen, do not have sex with a man unless he marries you. So if you're not listening to anything else, I need you to hear that. And this is no judgment. This is me telling you that you should not engage in sex unless the man is married to you. It's value. Women, we have value. Even though that you've been introduced to some disrespectful stuff, talking about mammy and stuff, listen, don't worry about that. You need to get some success stories around you, okay? Since you're young enough to hear me, which I hope you are, do not have sex with a man that is not your husband. Do not have a baby by a man that is not your husband. Keep that in mind. You got options. You're young enough to hear that. You got options. I hope that you do. So that's good. So I'm glad I could help you. But you know what? You could always go the other direction too. It doesn't really matter. But I understand that you're young enough that you can maybe hear that you ain't spoiled or lost your value and all of that. I hope not. I hope not. There's still hope for you out there. But I also still want you to have that list, because there will maybe be a time. Not maybe. Let me say it correctly. There will be a time that the man will judge you. That will be God himself. He's going to judge you. So you have that thing together. You have that list together. And you're going to remember this day. You're going to remember this day that SB was talking to you and she said that I should preserve myself. And I didn't know what she was talking about. I'm telling you to do so, because it's going to be a time where we got to answer for all the junk that we do. I just want you to be on the right side of it. And, you know, that's all. But thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Married Before You Carry. Christopher says, facts, SB. Lost in Translation says, you're opening yourself up for unnecessary trauma. SB is trying to save you from some headaches. Look, sometimes she said, I appreciate that advice. It's better to give advice without being judgmental. I don't know what you're talking about. Listen. What is wrong with judging a person? You go ahead and get in the car with the crooks. I'm not going to get in the car with the crooks. I'm going to understand that they didn't pay for the car and I ain't getting in there. I'm not getting in the car with the drug dealer, because I'm going to assess the situation and I'm going to know that this is not a good situation. Honey, we judge every single thing that we do. We ought to. And that may be the problem, that you lack in some judgment. But get around some people that judge the situation so you can align yourself with the good people that are doing the right things and that are aligning themselves with God. Because we ain't going to play these games. People judge everything. You should, but I don't condemn. I don't have that place for anybody, but it's some things I know. But guess what? This is good advice. Hey, Classy and Covered, what's going on with you? It's good to see you. SB, she's actually judging you right now. Is she judging me? But that's okay. I want her to. She can judge my fruit. She can look, listen, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, you can judge me all you want. I would love to talk to. There are women right now. Absolutely. She says, would God advise me to be judgmental? Absolutely, he would. That's why I was telling you from the very beginning. I'm an elder. It's my job to tell you exactly what we should be doing. It's a very narrow road that we have to travel down to follow God. And he's already given me my assignment as an elder. And if you see me telling you what he says is judgment, then that's on you. That has nothing to do with nothing else. I only tell you what God says. So, if you are feeling it's judgment to say, to have sex outside of marriage is fornication or sexually immoral, then God said that. It wasn't me. I didn't write the book. He said it. It's sexually immoral. You're fornicating outside of marriage. That's how it goes. Marriage, sex is for marriage. One man and one woman in marriage. That's what sex is for. Kids should be born inside the marriage. We have the husband, we have God, we have Jesus, we have the husband, the wife, and the children. That's the order that God has put out there for us. Remember, it started with Adam and Eve. This is all God's plan. It has nothing to do with SB. I'm just relaying the message. Now, if you feel judged by that message, I would suggest you repent. Get on your knees. Get on your knees. Titus 2:4-4. These older women must train the younger women to live quietly, to love their husbands and their children. 5, and to be sensible and clean-minded. Ooh, I like that. Clean-minded, spending their time in their own homes. That's good. That was good. I like that Better Love Movement. Yes, lots of translations says, SB, she acting like you're taking away her sugar daddy. Lots of translations. That's so wrong. That case, how are you? It's good to see you. I missed you earlier. It's good to see you guys. So listen, let me say this one more time. Jolie, what was that you said the other day? I was going to pick at you about something. And I totally forgot. I had it all ready and I forgot. I saw you in the comment section the other night on Hardly Initiated, and I was going to pick at you about something. I have forgotten. Shonda says, SBU Live, we are now nearly 2 generations into people who get a trophy just for showing up and feel entitled. Ooh, when people try to correct or help, they get offended. Life will correct them in due time. Listen, Shonda, there's going to be a dying off. Yeah, it's going to self-correct. All right. It is. Yeah. You're right. But Shonda, listen, the young man had 2 credits and he was in the 12th grade. 2 credits. That's it. Mama knew nothing. I say it again. Hit dog will holler. Look, y'all, I'm trying to embrace this young lady, hopeless romantic. I'm trying to give her another option because obviously she's been in this world and she's not seeing any examples of anything different. And I'm trying to share with her that there is something different, but it's coming from God. It's the word of God. You know, so many people put the word of God on a shelf. And we only visit, actually, we don't even visit it. We call his name when we get in trouble, but we really don't know how to operate in his principles on a daily basis. You know, we don't take that instructional manual and open up and say, well, how should we, maneuver here today? You know, we always think it's a history book, or you've been, like the young lady said, somebody indoctrinated it, whatever. What are you talking about right now, young lady? Indoctrinated. Come on. This is the word of God. He's giving you instructions on how to behave, how to walk this thing out. You know, especially when it comes to fornication, sex, come on, y'all. He's crystal clear on that type of thing. Y'all know that. So we want everybody to have the right information. God wants everybody to have the right information. But you know how we do it. It's more fun, I guess, to do what 99.9% of the world is doing. You know, that's the reality of it all. And since I'm living here in this place, this United States, then I should do what everybody else is doing. But did y'all not understand it? This is not how it was supposed to be. Miss Eve was never supposed to eat of the tree, the fruit. That's not how it was supposed to be, y'all. We were supposed to be chilling. This is supposed to be good life down here. Good life. None of that backside stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? None of that bestiality. None of that stuff was supposed to be going on. None of them delations. None of that stuff was supposed to be going on. None of it. We were supposed to be living a good life. He set it up for us real nice. Real nice. We couldn't even follow directions back then. How am I thinking it right? What am I thinking? How in the world are we going to follow directions now? It's gotten much worse now. But it got worse one time before. Y'all know about that. You know what happened. Y'all, if y'all paying attention, y'all see that it's happening again, right? Y'all paying attention? It's happening again. So, I mean, I have no idea how it's going to play itself out this time, but everybody I come in contact with, I am definitely trying to let them know that God does exist. This is a real thing. Align yourself, repent, time ain't up yet. You still breathing, right? So, we're going to continue to do that. I ask that you all do the same. We have young people like this young lady, call me all the mammies you want to. God ain't going to be pleased with it, but it's all right. But if you can repent in the meantime or in between time, I would appreciate that. And God will too. But, understand it is serious. It's not a joke. And it's bigger than what we're doing right here on YouTube. And that's the part that, we got to wake up to. We saw on Sunday 3 young ladies, beautiful girls, in my opinion, talk so crazy about their positions as ladies, as wives, as mothers. Y'all saw it. We had a mother, we had an ex-wife, and we had a woman. That's how it looked. One young lady had 2 kids. One was a woman who had not been married. She was a lady. She was dating. And we had another young lady that was a wife, was an ex-wife. And they gave their opinion, and none of those things, none of it centered God. None of it. It's almost like nobody learned from their situation that they had been in. Nobody learned from the situation. So all they had to offer the next generation, hopeless romantic. All they had to offer her was a bunch of, girl, get yours, do what you want to do, and all of that. And that's maybe what she picked up on. Do not judge others, and you will not be judged. Look, I don't care if somebody judges me. I don't care. Judge me. It's okay. I hear you call people mammies. Wouldn't that be a judgment? I don't know. For you will be treated as you treat others. Absolutely. I treat people very well. And again, I don't care about being judged. The standard you use is judging is the standard by which you will be judged. Matthew 7:8. You didn't have to tell me that. That's not saying anything to me. I've never told you once that you couldn't judge me. Actually, I said, judge me. Check out my fruit. I am the example. That's why I use my testimony to share with young people, because it ain't got to be that way. We don't have to live in dysfunction. We don't have to live outside of God. We could choose God and have good life. That's why I use myself for the example. That's why I'm accountable. That's why I give all my power to God. So you can judge me. It's okay. I'm not afraid of being judged. Not at all. You can't shame me, because what is there to be ashamed? What you gonna call? Oh, the mammy. Oh, I love this dark skin girl. I got the glow. There ain't nothing you can do with that either. What you got? None of that matters to me. You don't understand. I know who I am. I know who I serve. I'm good, and I'm just trying to share it with other people. So all that them little nuances, judgment, and all that little craziness you're talking about, you should judge. Actually, y'all should judge more things that you see and hear than you do, instead of just accepting it. Because some of these things people be saying be sounding good, y'all. You be like, oh, but then in a minute they might say something real crazy, and you be like, oh, what? So, this, you can't judge me generation of people. These words are hitting hard because they are true. The word cuts and pieces. Oh, and pierces the heart. Jeanette, listen, Jeanette, it doesn't matter, Jeanette. You know what? You got it. C. Jones, how you doing? We understand what's going on, but guess what? She's here. And anybody that could be here with me and listen to what I'm saying, I am planting a seed. And if she wants to try to judge me in some way, please do. Please. Hey, Ronan, what's going on with you? It's good to see you. It's definitely good to see you. But listen, guys, I have been here. Wait a minute. Hopeless romantic. What part of anything SBU said bothers you? The larger question or concern is, why does her wisdom bother you? Sounds like you're triggered. You know what, Shonda, she's just going along with the plan of the thing. She's not thinking. She's not using her own judgment, which I'm asking her to do. Please do. You don't have to be part of the 99.9. You don't have to be that part. You could have your own mind and make your own decisions about what needs to happen. I'm not triggered. Can't elders be educated too? Listen, educated about what? About that scripture you just mentioned? Well, I guess you could educate an elder with that scripture if that was something that needed to be done. If I had a fear of judgment, what is it? You know what, Hopeless? I bet if I asked you a question, you probably wouldn't even know what judge is. What is judgment? You probably don't even know exactly what that means. It's crazy how I put a Bible verse in the chat and you all are still attacking me for quoting the Bible. Attacking? Girl, you're so funny. Oh God, you are so funny. Listen, we praying for you too. Lost the translation. Don't worry about that. Oh, she finds her way. We're gonna pray for her. We're gonna pray for her. Because she's visited here before, so she's a troll. Yeah, she ain't trolling real well tonight, though, is she, RW? She ain't winning tonight. She said she ain't no troll. But anyway, Hopeless Romantic, you're welcome to come back at any time. And guess what? When you get enough woman behind you that you can stand on what you're saying and you can, you know, hit that link, I'll talk to you more. But until then, y'all have a good night.
But I am to the
oh, listen, y'all don't forget about the memberships. Don't forget about them. She's Sugar Bomb.
The floor. I'm fine with standing at the edge of the door. You be the life of the party.
She ain't Sugar Bomb.
You drink it all the Bacardi.
She is not Sugar Bomb.
Let's take it back for this started. You want the love, I don't got it.
All right, y'all, listen. Have a good night. I will see you out on Thursday. Hopeless Romantic, I need you back here on Thursday. Go get you some more scriptures. Judge me for real. Have a good weekend. Well, not weekend. Have a good rest of the week, you guys. See you then.
Instead, I'm alone and completely unsure. And even though you're screaming out with the best of intentions, I don't get it. Why do you always gotta ask me to stay? Why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. Say, why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. See, I've been lost in my thoughts, and my thoughts they too scared to usher off. Sorry, Mom, I just thought you were my world. Now you're not. And I'm just sitting, smoking, sloping in the days, cause my days ain't been the same since I drove here. I remember the way you wrote letters in blue ink. You and me was in love. Think about what your crew think. I know your moms probably think I'm a bastard. Your pops probably want to beat my death and take a in my casket. But I got sick of fighting, bickering, fussing over nothing, cussing. Instead of watching the death of discussions that we once had, days that we once spent in the backseat of our cars, reading poets at sunset. It's funny how love can fall out the foreground, get pushed into the back of your mind. We used to twist a spliff and laugh and relax. Are you crying? And I'm trying to find the reason, so I ask, does forever ever happen, or is it always fade to black? I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road. I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road.